hi guys, this is the Streamer Carlos. On today's video, I'm gonna give you my rolling review of Christopher Nolan's second Cape Crusading adventure as the dirt as he lead us as the head, as he gives us a second second incredible action-packed movie of Batman. In this case, it's his. In this case, it's the Dark Knight. Now, first of all, guys, before I begin with my rolling review of the Dark Knight, I want to say that I'm sorry that I haven't been posting that I haven't been posting my videos lately because I've been battling with the flu and the after effects of the flu, and of course with this crazy Texas weather with allergies as well. But I wanted to say thank you guys for hitting about 330 for giving me, or for watching, for I have like 330 views already for my Batman Begins rolling review of Batman Begins in Spanish. 330 views for that one alone, and of course 18 for the same review, but in English. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for supporting my channel, and of course I'll keep my videos if I can, and if I'm not sick, or if I'm not too busy, but I'll try my best to keep you engaged with my videos. So with that being said, here we go. I love Christopher Nolan's second showing, his second showcasing showing of the Cape Crusader himself, Batman, with Dark Knight, because obviously we as viewers of the Batman Begins, we were really intrigued. We were really intrigued by the ending scene of Batman Begins, where Detective Gordon gives Bruce Wayne / Batman a playing the blackjack card with the Joker symbol, and that's where the Dark Knight begins. I believe that Christopher Nolan did a wonderful job in not only giving us the Joker as a protagonist in this, antagonist antagonist in The Dark Knight, but he also gave us a surprising second antagonist in a way in this movie too. So 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 Christopher Nolan did a wonderful job, in my opinion, by doing this. And of course, he did a wonderful job in casting. Of course, we have the main three out of the four no 3 out of the 4 main players returning, or 3 out of the 4 members from the cast members from the original Batman returning, from the original Batman Begins returning. Of course, we have Christian Bale returning as Bruce Wayne slash Batman slash 4 out of the 5 original cast members from the original Batman Begins returning. Of course, we have Christian Bale returning as reprising his role as Bruce Wayne slash Batman. We have the great and legendary Michael Caine returning as Bruce Wayne's paternal and surrogate and adopted father figure, Alfred slash butler slash confidant, Alfred, and then we have Gary Oldman returning as Detective Gordon, and I'll get into or promoted Detective Gordon, and I'll tell you why Detective Gordon got promoted, and why I'm gonna use a different word to describe describe. And then we have Morgan Freeman returning to play, or reprising his role as Bruce's Bruce Wayne slash Batman's tech genius slash guru slash tech giver, Lucius Fox. Now I'm gonna get into why I said 4 out of 5. And of course, and you might wonder why I did not mention Katie Holmes as returning as Rachel, because Katie Holmes did not return to reprise a role as Bruce Wayne's love interest slash Batman love interest, Rachel, because in my opinion, Katie Holmes did not return to play Rachel because she was starting a relationship, or in the middle of a relationship with another great actor and action star Tom Cruise, And according to some tabloids, some tabloids, Tom Cruise did not want Katie Holmes to reprise a role as Rachel because he didn't want Katie Holmes near Christian Bale. But again, those are just tabloids, and myself and probably others like me probably think the same thing, or maybe differently. But anyway, Christopher Nolan had to recast the role of Rachel, and to me he did a decent job in recasting the role of Rachel by casting Maggie Gyllenhaal. Now, guys, probably some of you might know Maggie Gyllenhaal might know Maggie Gyllenhaal's previous work before she took over the role of Rachel. I believe I know some of her work, but I can't remember what movie she did. But you might know that Maggie Gyllenhaal is the sister of Jake Gyllenhaal. With that being said, Christopher Nolan did a wonderful job in casting these two antagonists in The Dark Knight. Obviously the Joker. Now, to me, and probably to many of you, the Joker, when we think of Batman, when we think of Batman, we think of Batman slash Bruce Wayne, and when we think of Batman, we think of, Bruce Wayne slash Batman, and of course, his many arch rivals slash villains. But there's one villain, one specific villain that we associate and we attach the name of Batman to when we are having a discussion of the Cape Crusader, and that of course is the prince, the clown prince of crime, the Joker. Now, like I said in my rolling review of Batman Begins, like I said in my previous review of Batman Begins, we hadn't seen Batman in a live action adaptation since the 1960s. Since the 1960s movie of the same name, based on the TV series, and we hadn't seen Batman Batman on the big screen since as well since as well since since Mike since since Michael Keaton since Michael Keaton made since Michael Keaton took over took over took over for Adam West, and I'll get to somewhat into somewhat what the other two actors that portrayed Batman after Michael Keaton did for the Cape Crusader. But I'll get to that here in a bit. But since the 1960s TV series slash movie of this based on the same TV series, we hadn't seen the Joker in a the Joker, and we hadn't seen as well the Joker in a live action adaptation of Batman since the great Jack Nicholson played the Joker in the Michael Keaton led role as Batman, as the Cape Crusader himself, and billionaire Bruce Wayne in the same name movie Batman in 1989. But since then we hadn't seen or we hadn't heard the mentioning of the Joker attached to the attached to Batman. But if we are talking about the comic books about DC Comics, yes. When we think about Batman in comic book form, yes. When we say Batman in comic book terms, we think of the Joker. But since the Batman series, since the TV series of the same name, and since 1989 led Michael Keaton Batman movie that had Jack Nicholson play the Joker. We hadn't heard or we hadn't seen the Joker in an adaptation of the Cape Crusader. But luckily, and quite honestly, one of the greatest casting moves, in my opinion, in any kind of DC comic book related movie in my opinion. Christopher Nolan did not do a wonderful job. He did a perfect casting for the Joker. And of course I'm talking about Heath Ledger, Heath Ledger, Heath Ledger, late great, the late great Heath Ledger, Heath Ledger. Now, Jack Nicholson, and his predecessor, Caesar Romero, both did the Joker. Both actors did the did the Joker. The Joker did the Joker proud by both Caesar Romero and Jack Nicholson both did a wonderful job with the Joker by being first of all by being of course evil and a great villain, but they did the Joker villainy in a sarcastic, funny way, which Heath Ledger did a very good job as well. But the one thing that Heath Ledger brought to the table as the Joker, to me, Heath Ledger brought texture to the Joker. What I mean by that is that unlike Caesar Romero and Jack Nicholson. Unlike Jack Nicholson and Caesar Romero, Heath Ledger brought texture, and what I mean by texture, he brought not only sarcasm to the Joker, but he brought twisted. He brought twisted. Heath Ledger brought twisted to the Joker. Twisted to the Joker. Meanwhile, Jack Nicholson and Caesar Romero brought sarcasm, villainy, and jokes. While Heath Ledger brought twistedness, funny, sarcasm, and rapport with Batman, which I'll get into here in a bit. But mostly twistedness and and craziness in a psychological way. Heath Ledger brought pain to the Joker. on the Joker. On the Joker. Like, he brought self-pain to the Joker. He brought self-pain to the Joker. What I mean by that. The Joker, oh, the Joker, he brought pain onto the Joker by saying that he, before he became the Joker, he had a mom and dad. He had a mom and dad, just like Bruce. Just like Bruce did. But unlike Bruce's parents that were loving and caring and fun to be around and loving, Heath Ledger said as the Joker before, when he was a young unjokered child, his mom or his dad, or you can check me on this, guys, but I believe that he said his mom and dad abused did really bad stuff to him, and that basically broke his mind. That basically broke his mind. And that's and to me, guys, that's what makes Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker so cool and awesome and so wonderful that an actor of Heath Ledger's caliber and status and pedigree could take a comic book villain such as the Joker, and add layers, add texture and layers to the Joker's biography or life before he became the crazy clown that wants to kill Batman and then we love in a very twisted way. As Batman fans, but overall comic book movie fans in general. But the Joker is not the only villain that we see, that we get introduced again to in the Dark Knight. In the Dark Knight, we also get introduced to Harvey Dent. Now, Harvey Dent, according to DC Comics, and guys, you can check me on this too. According to DC Comics and other following comics of DC that introduce or that involve Harvey Dent. They introduce Harvey Dent as a district attorney. District attorney, and then eventually Harvey Dent becomes Two-Face. One of the most I believe in my opinion, one of the most underutilized Batman villains in my opinion, just like the Joker, just like the Joker, just like the Joker, just like the Joker, Two-Face brings a lot of a lot of pain, a lot of pain, a lot of pain, a lot of pain, just like the Joker. But he also, but he, but Two-Face or Harvey Dent or Two-Face but Two-Face also shows us, besides pain for himself, he also shows us that he's also human. Yes, that he's also human, and I'll get into why I'm saying that Two-Face is also human, because, like I said, Harvey Dent is introduced to us according to many DC comic books that involve Batman in future storylines or past storylines or present storylines in DC comic book history. They show us that Harvey is a district attorney of Gotham, or a law abiding citizen, or a law enforcement figure that one day his whole Harvey Dent's whole life changes. Now according to the Batman animated series, Harvey Dent becomes Two-Face when he gets some acid thrown onto his face. You can check me on that too. I'm not sure, but I'm going with that. And that acid disfigures or destroys one half of Harvey's face. And that's how he becomes Two-Face. But here's the one thing about Two-Face, about Harvey Dent as Two-Face. The one side that hasn't been disfigured by this acid, according to me, by this acid according to me, that's his good side. That is Harvey Dent's good and unevil side. Meanwhile, his Two-Face side, his disfigured side, is wants the people of Gotham to feel the same pain, to suffer the same pain as he did, or as he still does as a disfigured man, and his Two-Face and his goal, his Two-Face goal, or his disfigured face side goal is to make the people of Gotham, meaning us, in meaning us, meaning us, meaning us, in the third Batman movie, in the third Batman non Michael Keaton Batman movie, he wants us, the people of Gotham, to suffer and to feel the pain and suffer like he does when people look at him. When people look at his half of his face not disfigured, and meanwhile his other half of his face is is destroyed and disfigured. And that's Two-Face's Harvey Dent's goal. But the one thing that Christopher Nolan did, just like he did with Heath Ledger with the Joker. Just like he did with the Joker. Just like he did with Heath Ledger as the Joker. He introduced us to Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent as the district, like I said, to Harvey Dent as the district attorney. But Christopher Nolan didn't do, or didn't show us right away how Harvey became Two-Face. He showed us, or Christopher Nolan he put us on a path towards finding out Harvey Dent's road to become Two-Face. And the one thing that Harvey has in the Dark Knight that Bruce / Batman doesn't have in the Dark Knight that Harvey Dent has, Aaron Eckhart has, and that Christian Bale doesn't have, is Harvey Dent has a friendship with Rachel, Maggie Gyllenhaal. Now, according to the movie timeline, Bruce has been fighting crime in his city, in his home city of Gotham for about 2 years, 3 or 2 years after the events of Batman Begins. Now, in these past 2 years, since the events of Batman Begins, he has grown distant, and has grown apart from Rachel, and they still keep in contact, but not as much. Besides introducing us to Harvey Dent, Harvey Dent as the district as the dis- as the district attorney to Gotham. Christopher Nolan also showed us that Harvey Dent has has a has a romantic relationship with 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 Rachel, and that's the thing that and that's and that's the thing that Bruce Wayne wants to have with Rachel. But since like the last time, but at the end of Batman Begins, Rachel Rachel said to Bruce, "I love you. I know you love me," or "I know that I can't stop ever since you came back into my life and into Gotham and back to Gotham. I haven't stopped thinking about you or loving you or secretly loving you, and I know you love me too, but I know that I know that we can't be together right now because the city of Gotham will always need will always need the the beacon of justice of Batman to protect them from villainy and evil and evildoers. But when the time comes, when the time comes when Gotham won't need Batman to save the day, you know where to find me, Bruce. That's the last thing we heard. We heard from Rachel, from Katie Holmes, from Katie Holmes as Rachel, and Maggie Gyllenhaal as Rachel gives us that impression as well. Since Bruce has been fighting crime as Batman and protecting his fellow Gotham Knights, including Rachel herself. Bruce hasn't gotten a break. Hasn't gotten a breather. Hasn't gotten a breather or a chance to, or hasn't gotten a chance to rekindle that connection with Rachel, and Rachel these past 2 years has tried. She basically said, I have waited for you, Bruce, but I don't see any changes, so I'm gonna move on. And that's when she meets Harvey Dent. And that of course makes Bruce's blood boil and heat up. and heat up and makes him angry and feel and and res- and feels resentment towards himself. But Alfred, Michael Caine says, but Michael Caine tells him, tells him, but Michael Caine as Alfred tells Bruce, Christian Bale, that Master Wayne, Rachel, 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 Rachel waited for you, but you, Master Wayne, chose this path, chose this path to be Batman because you wanted to protect to protect your fellow this to protect your city of Gotham, our city of Gotham, and to protect the weak, the fragile, the fragile, the fragile, the fragile, the fragile and innocent people of Gotham, and you also chose this path to conquer your inner fear of bats too. So Rachel had to move on, but of course Bruce is like, no. No, Alfred, you're right, but I really want to be with Rachel, and you know I love her, Alfred, but I just really want to, and I just wish I didn't have to be Batman. Just be Bruce Wayne for a certain a long period of time, and just be done with Batman. And that's what Bruce struggles with throughout the in some parts of the movie. But then also as Batman, Morgan Freeman gives Bruce new gadgets, especially in the first scene, in the first couple of minutes in the movie, where Bruce has landed on top of a car as Batman, and he sees some would-be robbers, and a copycat of himself trying to stop these would-be robbers from stealing a van, I believe. A van. But then Bruce, the real Batman, flies into this parking lot. flies into this parking lot, and he lands on top of this car, and he starts beating up these would-be robbers, and he has a sonar gun. A sonar gun that, of course, Lucius Fox provided him. And I believe that's and I love that scene. And I love, I love that scene. But then then later on in the movie we see a crime syndicate of a crime syndicate meeting of a local mafia, a Falcone uh mob boss having a meeting with his with his with his with his followers at this un at this at this secret meeting place where this local big where this local big strong big strong big strong big big strong big strong golden steel of a guy, of a mafia boss who's not Falcone from the first Batman from Batman Begins, is basically saying to his followers, guys, there this new clown guy, meaning the Joker, is basically ruining, basically destroying my image, and in turn destroying our image as a crime organization, and we need, and I need you. No, I demand you. To stop it. Then we see for the first time we see Heath Ledger as the Joker. And the Joker shows up at this secret meeting place of this crime syndicate, and he's basically being sarcastic, being classic Joker, classically joke in a Joker way, being sarcastic, and the leader, the big strong golden steel of a guy, leader of this crime syndicate, is basically saying, who do you think you are? And the Joker, and Heath Ledger, the Joker, says in his own way, well, I just want to play with you. Meaning, I want to introduce myself. I want to introduce myself and join you. enjoying you, enjoying me. But the guy, but this, but this crime syndicate leader says no. There, no says no to no to the Joker, and basically says no. I'm the leader. There's only one leader in this crime syndicate, and that's me. And no clown, and no crazy guy, no crazy guy with face paint on his face is going to come here and take over my spot. Then the Joker says, well, guys, well, to the crime syndicate leader, well, guys, well, you're right, but we will laugh, but hopefully you will laugh at this later, or perhaps at some point in time. Then the Joker takes a pen out of his pocket, and he's like, and the Joker says to the crime syndicate leader and his followers, since you said no to my offer of joining you guys, can I at least as a form of can I at least show you as a form of gratitude and as a thank you, can I at least show you a magic trick? Can I at least show you show you a magic trick? And so the Joker so the Joker takes out this pen and makes it disappear and reappear. But when he makes it appear, when the Joker makes the pen appear, the pen is on the meeting table of this crime syndicate, and he basically shoves, or basically impales the crime syndicate leader, strong as golden steel of this crime syndicate leader, and basically stab the crime syndicate leader. Basically shove this pen into this crime syndicate leader's throat, and therefore kills this crime syndicate leader right there on the spot, in front of his followers, and he says, and the Joker says, voila, or ta-da, voila, and of course the crime syndicate leader's followers are stunned. are stunned and baffled and mystified by what what the Joker by what the Joker just did. And of course, the Joker is basically saying, "See, see what happens to a see now what happens to a pen. See what happens to a pen when you make it disappear and appear again." Basically he said, in his own way, "If you mess with me, I'll stick a pen or any kind of sharp object into your throats if you don't follow me." then after that, later on in the movie, we see Batman basically have his first interaction with Heath Ledger as the Joker, and the Joker basically is captured by Bruce, by Batman, and says, and Bruce is interrogating, and Batman is interrogating the Joker and says, "What is your plan?" Or what is your plan? What is your plan? What is your plan for my city? And the Joker says, "Well, it's nothing special. It's nothing special, Batman. But my plan is to have a party to have a surprise party for myself." But since you capture me, and since you captured me, I can't have my surprise party anymore, and my surprise surprise party for myself is ruined because of you. But I want to thank you. I want to thank you for capturing me. And if it wasn't for you, Batman, I wouldn't be as popular and having fun as much as I have, as much as I've been having without you. And by the way, Batman, you complete me. Without you, I wouldn't be here. And guys, and guys, to be honest, and guys, that's one of my favorite favorite parts in the whole movie. When we talk about dialogue between Batman and the Joker. When the Joker says to Batman, "You complete me," and if it wasn't for you, I I wouldn't be here. Basically, I wouldn't be here in jail. but then somehow in a very explosive way, in a very explosive way, the Joker, Heath Ledger, gets out of prison, gets out of his cell and out of his confining cell, and basically his plan is to the Joker's plan is to have a party for himself, but a surprise party for himself, but not a typical surprise party. His form of a surprise party for himself is to blow up the city of Gotham to confetti. Basically, his plan is to bomb the whole city of Gotham to pieces, to confetti. But as soon as the Joker gets out of his confining cell and prison cell, he shows up at Bruce's mansion, at Wayne Manor, where Bruce is having I want to say a fundraising gala. a fundraising gala for the city of Gotham. But non-unbeknownst to Bruce, the Joker shows up and starts basically saying introducing himself, and basically saying, Hi guys, it's me, your favorite crazy clown, the Joker. And at this fundraising party, of course, Bruce invites Rachel. Then the Joker at the party sees the mighty and rich and filthy rich Bruce Wayne, and he says, well, Mr. Wayne, or Brucey, or I don't know what Heath Ledger says to Bruce, but I'm gonna go with, I can't remember what Heath Ledger said as the Joker to Bruce, but I'm gonna go with, well, Brucey, nice party you're having. Nice party you're having. And you didn't invite me. How? That is very mean of you that you didn't invite me. But oh well, I'm here now. Surprise! Then the Joker sees that Rachel is there. Rachel is there, and the Joker says, "Well, Bruce, I see that you have invited a special your special friend. And Bruce is like, get away from her. And of course, and of course, the Joker says, "Well, don't be so touchy, Bruce. This friend doesn't mean a lot to you. Doesn't mean a lot to you, does she?" And Bruce gives the Joker a look of don't touch her, don't you dare touch her again. Meaning, that gave the Joker the indication that Rachel means a lot to Bruce. Of course, we as the audience know what Rachel means to Bruce. Then out of his pocket, the Joker takes out a gun and starts and pulls Rachel towards him and basically says to Bruce, I will blow your friend's head off like a balloon. Then we see I believe, and I can remember this as well. I believe that somehow Bruce scurries away to transform himself as Batman, and basically stops the Joker from hurting Rachel, and basically beats them up. But then moving on. Then later in the movie, we see again that the Joker is up to no good. But this time he's dressed up as a nurse, and he basically blows up a hospital, triggers an explosion at a hospital at the local another local Gotham City hospital, and he gets away with it. But the Joker's plan, but that's not his whole plan to just blow up this hospital. His evil and malignant plan is to blow up the city of Gotham. But now that he realizes that, but now that he realizes that Bruce Wayne that Bruce Wayne's trigger to anger trigger is to kidnap and abduct his friend Rachel and tie her up and harm her will make Bruce very mad to a point where he has to come out and basically give give the Joker what he wants: money and power, or in some way. But not only, but luckily, to the Joker's surprise, not only he gets Rachel as a hostage, but he also gets Rachel's boyfriend Harvey Dent as a hostage too. Then later on in the movie, meaning that same night, the Joker and his henchmen acquire a GCPD armored truck, and the Joker and his henchmen are driving around the city of Gotham, nonchalantly, and this is one of the funniest parts in the whole movie for me. The Joker sticks out his head. By the way, it's very windy, or very windy outside, or somewhat windy. So the Joker sticks out his head out of his borrowed armored truck, and his hair it starts waving around with the thanks to the wind in a funny way. And of course, he says, and of course, he says, he says, "Here we go," meaning that he and his henchmen have implanted or have stuck bombs all around the city. Therefore, all these bombs make up a big bomb. Meaning that these tiny bombs that the Joker and his henchmen or accomplices have implanted in all around the city of Gotham, all around the city, have made these implanted bombs that the Joker and his henchmen and planted it into the surrounding area, into the surrounding perimeter of Gotham into a big bomb that could level the whole city of Gotham into confetti, and that's that's the whole. But that's not it. But then we see Batman basically trying to stop trying to stop the Joker. But the Joker says says to Batman, well, Batman, you got me. You have stopped me. But now you have a choice. You have a choice between option A. Stop my bomb from going off and leveling your beloved city, or saving your friend Rachel and her boyfriend Harvey Dent from blowing up themselves. What's it going to be? Batman? And of course Bruce is like, he's stuck in a, he's like, he's basically almost not pleading, but he's almost basically surrendering to the fact that if I save the city, my beloved city and my fellow Gotham Knight, I will probably lose Rachel forever, meaning when she blows up to pieces, and I will also not be able to save Harvey from blowing up as well. But somehow Batman is able to save his fellow Gotham Knights. Meanwhile, in an abandoned warehouse, we see that Rachel and Harvey are tied up together, separate are tied up together, but in separate rooms of this same warehouse complex, with drums of gasoline all around them, with two timers attached to one of these gasoline drums. But as soon as Batman stops the Joker's bombs from leveling his city of Gotham to confetti, he he rushes over. He rushes over to the abandoned warehouse complex, where he's able to save, where he miraculously is able to save Harvey, but as soon as he gets Harvey out of his out of this warehouse complex, out of his out of his out of his out of his com- out of his entrapment room, he rushes over to save Rachel, but it's too late. But it's too late. But it's too late. But before that happens, Harvey proposes to Rachel to be his wife by a walkie-talkie. And of course, Rachel says, Harvey, we might not come out of this alive, but yes, I will marry you, and I love you. And tragically, Rachel dies, and and Bruce is inconsolable. But Alfred hands Bruce a note that Rachel previously gave to Alfred to give to Bruce. And this letter contained Rachel's reasoning why she picked Harvey over him. Okay. Then after reading the letter, but before Alfred gives Bruce this message to Bruce for Rachel, the aftermath of the destruction of Gotham, because Batman was able to save the whole city of Gotham from being leveled, but not without damages as well. So after basically seeing not his whole city in ruins, but some of his city in ruins, he flies. He talks to Commissioner Gordon. And says to Commissioner Gordon, to Gary Oldman, Commissioner Gordon, I caused this. I caused this pain on the city of Gotham. Yes, I am a beacon of justice. I'm a beacon of justice, but I'm also a destroyer of justice. So here's what I want you to do, Gordon. Call for all. Call your reinforce. Call for your reinforcements. Your reinforcements to hunt me down. And Commissioner Gordon says, "Why? Why do you want why do you want us to hunt you down, Batman?" And Commissioner Gordon and Bruce says, and Batman says, I am the beacon of justice. I'm the beacon of justice, but I'm also the destroyer of my city, and I rather see my fellow Gotham Knights see me as their destroyer than their savior, than their savior, and I want you to hunt me down and try to capture me and put me to justice. Then we cut to the hospital, to the Gotham City Hospital, where we see a very lucky to survive, a very lucky to survive Harvey Dent, but he doesn't look. A very lucky to survive Harvey Dent from this explosion, from this crazy explosion where tragically Rachel perished, and we see Harvey's half of his face covered, and half of his face is good. Meanwhile, his other half is basically disfigured, and that's when Harvey realizes, or he blames Batman for his disfigurement, and he blames Batman for the death of Rachel, and that's how Harvey Dent becomes Two-Face, and he flipped, and that's where he gets, and before this, Harvey, when he wasn't Two-Face, when he wasn't his disfigured self, he had a coin. He had his lucky coin, and he would decide what he would make a decision based on what side of the coin of his lucky coin ended up, on the side that his lucky coin ended up on, meaning heads or tails. And tragically, that would lead Harvey in his sick bed or recovering bed to toss up his lucky coin like he did so many times before he got disfigured, and and he had a and he had a and he obviously he had a he had a gun he had a gun in his possession, and that's when he took out his lucky coin, and he flipped it, and it said heads, and the coin landed on on heads, and basically he tried to shoot try to shoot a nurse, and guys, that's how the Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan's second showing of Batman, The Dark Knight, ends. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, and let me know what you thought of the Dark Knight, and let me know of what part of Heath Ledger portraying the Joker was your favorite part. Bye.